Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of January 22nd, 2020. I know my pull list has been a little late as of lately, or late, not normally posted on Wednesdays. Wednesdays have been kind of up in the air for me. My I have had to change the schedule with my children, so I have them on Wednesday evenings now, so it's a little bit trickier to get this done and up. Hopefully I can kind of juggle and get everything into a groove so I can get these up on Wednesday. But for the foreseeable future, they may pop up Thursday during the afternoon or evening. But I will try my best to get them up Wednesdays. But yeah, having kids and juggling stuff is a lot of fun, especially since you are a single parent of two. And yeah, the schedule changes because yeah, I'm not going to get into it. But we're going to get into a pull list for this week of comic books. So first up is American Gods, The Moment of the Storm, number 9. This finishes the American Gods novel adaptation. So I'm going to pound through it, read it. I've enjoyed it so far, or all the way through. I've enjoyed it. It's kind of a nice reminiscing about what American Gods, the novel, was about. I need to go back and reread American Gods. I have a 15-year anniversary edition hardcover that I want to pound through, but there's so much on my reading plate, I don't know when I'm going to get to that. But it was definitely nice to revisit the American Gods that Neil Gaiman gave us in comic book form. So if you're curious, there should be 3 volumes out of that. Moment of the Storm is the last volume, so I'm super excited to see it end again for me. But I'm also excited. I'm also ready to purge it out because it's good, but I don't need it in my collection. Next up, we have Basket Full of Heads, number 4. I've enjoyed the first couple issues. I don't think I'm behind maybe one issue on it, so I got to read a couple more. But this is, I think, the title out of the Joe Hill books that's really thrived. The other ones I don't see having as much traction as this one, but I've really enjoyed Basket Full of Heads. So if you're curious, see if your shop has a copy. I know at Comics Conspiracy we have copies of 1 and 2, 1 and 3, but no 2s. So yeah, if you wanted to snag up a number 1, go on to comicsconspiracy.biz and order online. Next up, we have Batman 87. I have not yet had a chance to read the new Batman run by James Tyrion, the 4th, and I'm curious what happens after Tom King's run, especially what does James bring to the table with it. I'm excited. I like his writing style. So I'm really curious. But again, I'm behind on some of my stuff, mainly because I've been reading more novels. Right now I'm on this one right here, which is Babylon's Ashes. It's the 6th book in the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey. Really good series. I'm trying to read through it to read it all and then jump into the Amazon, the show that's now on Amazon Prime. Once I get back on Prime. Yeah, that'll happen at some point. Next up, we have Batman Curse of the White Knight. This is number 6. Sean Murphy's fantastic job. His little corner of the Batman universe with these titles is fantastic. Really good. Solid, just Batman story. Not in continuity. It's a separate universe. Considered a separate universe, whatever. It's Sean Murphy's Batman. It's great. You should check it out. Next up, we have Batman Superman number 6. The Man Who Laughs is just the Batman Who Laughs is just wreaking havoc, and Batman and Superman are trying to clean up the pieces and catch him, but we'll see if they succeed. Next up is a new giant, and that's the Birds of Prey giant. Wonder why? Because Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn movie is coming out within like less than a week and a half, and so basically, gonna drop a giant. I wasn't gonna get this originally, but it does have a brand new Harley story in it. So for you Harley fans, I recommend trying to track one of these down. Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1019. Tomasi's done a fantastic job. I haven't actually read the last 2 issues. It's okay. He's good. I can't wait to just read them in bulk and enjoy it. Next up, we have Far Sector number 3. The first issue was fantastic. The second issue wavered a little bit. I wasn't sure where the author was going with the story. So I'm curious to see where this issue takes us. But for the most part, I'm still hopeful for Far Sector, considering, man, it was a solid first issue. Next up, we have Metalman number 4 of 12. Again, if this goes 12 issues, great. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I'm still up in the air on it. It hasn't completely turned me off, so it's still on my pull list. But we're only four issues in, so who knows. The Old Guard Force Multiplied number 2 is out. Greg Rucka's book, basically about immortal assassins. Really fantastic. I enjoyed the first series, and second series is still as good as the first. So if you like Greg Rucka and assassins and shit, pick it up. Next up, we have Red Hood Outlaw number 42. This book is wavering for me in interest, just because I don't think it really knows what it wants to do. If it's going for he's being a leader, or if he's going to bring the Bizarro and Artemis back in and make them a team again. That stuff was really good. The Rebirth Red Hood and the Outlaws has been a fantastic series. But currently in the last handful of issues, it's been wavering, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep up with it, but we'll see. But definitely Red Hood and the Outlaws is a great concept that I wish they kind of come back to it and move on from there. Next up is Roku number 4. I don't know if this is the last issue in the mini. It could be, it could not be. I don't know. If it is, cool. If not, whatever. But I've been enjoying the minis that are coming out of Valiant for these characters. So, yeah, so we'll see where this one goes. If you notice at the top, they have the advertisement for the Bloodshot movie in theaters March 13th. I'm going to try and go see it just because I'm not a Valiant fanatic, but I enjoy Valiant, and I'm really curious to see how it translates on the big screen, especially in the U.S. market. I think this movie will do fantastic worldwide, but I don't know if it's going to have too much traction here in the United States. But we shall see. So I'll let you guys know what my verdict is in March. But yeah, Bloodshot the movie with Vin Diesel. We'll see how that goes. Next up, we have Shazam number 10. Johns does a great job with the Shazam character, so I look forward to this book every time it comes out. We'll see. Like artist-wise, I think it's current. It says it's Eagles Ham, but we'll see if that continues. Next up, we have Superman 19. Apparently, Clark has revealed his identity. I haven't read issue 18, so I'm just going off of what the covers say and what every other title has said about him revealing his identity. So Clark Kent has come out as Superman, so we'll see what happens. Issue 19. Next up, we got Wonder Twins number 11. I'm not sure how much longer this is going to go on for. It's not slated to be ended with issue 12, but who knows? It's not necessarily the best. It's interesting. Russell does an okay job, but I really like when Russell's pushing that political / commentary on society envelope. Wonder Twins, it's not quite there. So yeah, I wish it was more like Prez. It's weird. I want it to be so much like Prez. If you haven't read Prez, you should go read it. It is fantastic. It was a 6-issue mini. They should have done more, but they didn't. But it's really good. 2 more on the pull list this week. One is a big one, and by big I mean it's like 96 pages, and that's Wonder Woman 750. Wonder Woman is jumping back to legacy numbering with issue 750. I'm okay with them jumping back for Wonder Woman, but again, I don't think we need to keep going back and recycling over and over and over again with these numbers. So I would really like to see them just run with it and mainly focus on the creative team and so on and so forth and getting the word out and all that stuff when it comes to the single issues. Down the line, you can release them as trades or collections or whatever, but DC's got to do something. Marvel has proven that hopping back and forth from legacy numbering to a new number 1 is not the way to go, especially on your major titles. So we'll see what that we'll see how long this lasts for DC. I think it should last for a long time, if not for the remainder of Wonder Woman. But Batman hasn't returned to legacy numbering, but I'm assuming that they're waiting for Batman to hit closer to issue 1000. So we'll see about that. But yeah, and don't worry, there's plenty more 750 in this video. And the last one is You're the Villain, Hell Arisen, number 2 of 4. I have not yet had a chance to read the first one, but it's basically Apex Lex versus everything that he's created. Batman, or the Batman Who Laughs, the Infected. So I don't know what's going on with this, but it's basically kind of wrapping up everything that's coming with the Year of the Villain. And I think moving us forward into what we have going after this. So I'm really curious to see where they take it. I do have one title that I picked up for my reading list, so I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'm going to get into the variants. But that's the issue 6 of Once and Future. This was supposed to be the last issue, but because of the success, Boom has greenlit it to keep as it going as an ongoing. So look for Once and Future number 7 in the future. But I've enjoyed it so far, so I'm curious to see where the story ends up and where it's potentially slated to go next. And so variants. So there's a fair amount of variants this week. The variant stack was about as big as the actual stack of comics. We have Batman 87. Had an awesome cover with Catwoman, so I snagged that one up. I've been getting the Curse of the White Knight variants, so this one I got for Edmund Wayne. And then we have Detective Comics 1019. Had a really great one, a Lee Bermejo one. But the big ones this week for variants is the Wonder Woman 750s. Now, DC has decided to do what's called decade variants. So they've tried this in the past, and it didn't necessarily work on the titles they tried it for. But for these key numbered issues, I think it works a little bit better. They did it for Action Comics, they did it for Detective Comics, and now they're doing it for Wonder Woman 750. And next month they will be doing it for Flash 750 as well. For those of you who are Flash fans, FOC for the Flash variants is coming up February 3rd. So make sure you get your orders in for the covers through your local shop. You can go online and find pictures of these for yourself. But if I get a chance, I will put a link in the description below to Comics Conspiracy's Twitter thread for what the variants are. But again, they do these decade variants, and they get good artists to do them. And so we go through the decades with kind of an homage to it. So first up, we have Wonder Woman number 750 from the 40s. This is the cover by Joshua Middleton. I thought it was a really cool one, so I decided to snag that one up. The next one is the Jenny Friesen 1950s variant. Awesome variant there. Jenny Friesen's just been knocking it out of the park with her variants on Wonder Woman, so it's great to see her get a good slot that fits her style, especially with the 1950s. Then we move on to the 60s cover, and that's the J. Scott Campbell cover. He did a bunch of different things, I think, specifically for his own website. So this is the one that was for basically the standard one for comic book stores. But I believe there's more out there, and I don't know if they connect or not. But yeah, J. Scott Campbell likes to draw a lot of things for his website. Next up is the Oliver Copiel one, and this is for the 70s. I think this captures the essence of the 70s very well, so I like that one. Of course, it wouldn't be an 80s variant if it wasn't drawn by George Perez. So there is the fantastic George Perez 80s variant for Wonder Woman, basically commemorating when George Perez was writing Wonder Woman, when really kind of people started to get behind Wonder Woman in droves, especially with story and all that. Excuse me. 90s is, of course, a Brian Boland. If you remember the Brian Boland Wonder Woman cover years, here's just add another one to it. But we got a Brian Boland one. And, of course, the early 2000s had Adam Hughes covers, and so we're getting for the early 2000s, Adam Hughes is doing the cover. And finally, we have the not finally, but there's two more. But the last decade one is the 2010 variant cover, of course, by Jim Lee. So we're up to 80 years of basically Wonder Woman. That's what DC is mainly doing, is these for 80-year anniversary things. But for those of you who are huge Wonder Woman fans, don't forget to get the blank one out there so you can get your own artist to draw your own Wonder Woman 750 cover. I think it's cool. It is pricey. They're $10. They're $9.99, basically $10 a piece. So it's gonna set you back a little. But if you know which ones you want, go out there and get them. think they're sold out at Diamond. I'm not sure, but stores probably ordered a fair amount of them. But be aware, this year we're going to be getting, again, Flash in February. We're also going to be getting a Robin 80th, a Joker 80th, a Catwoman 80th, and potentially more 80ths this year. But again, check out those covers. Make sure you place your pre-orders in before FOC, and you should be fine getting what you want. So that's it technically for this week for my pull list. But I did want to feature something today. If you guys listen to the Comics Conspiracy podcast, let me put these away for a second. You know that we, every Christmas, our listener and customer and sometimes guest on the podcast, Lane, basically does a white elephant thing where he brings basically a bunch of presents and he has us all fight out or duke it out for him. Now, we don't actually fight out and duke it out. But this year, we finally got to do it this past Tuesday on the 21st. Just because we didn't record and all this stuff and people weren't there and with all the schedules. So this was the first time we got to do our white elephant gifts with Lane this year. So we basically got 15 poker chips apiece, and we were able to basically kind of bid on items that we wanted. And they came packaged, they were packages. Some were wrapped, some weren't. Some you were able to see what it was, some you weren't. And so I got a fair amount of stuff, not because I was bidding on anything, but just that's how it happened. So the first thing I kind of won was let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basically art germ variants from over the years. So the first one is the Birds of Prey number 8 from the series before New 52. Then, of course, was the busting out one for the 0 issue of New 52. I got the Invisible Woman art germ variant for Marvel. This is the one that I think I like the most, even though I don't buy Marvel. I have it now. Is the Life of Captain Marvel art germ variant. I thought that one was fantastic. People really dug it. Of course, there's the Phoenix Resurrection art germ variant there for number 1. And the Batgirl 31 art germ variant, which I don't have, which now I have it. So I guess for a couple, I got this one. This was the first one that I kind of bid on, and that's what I got. More things were exchanged and so on and so forth. But like I said, Lane goes above and beyond for this, so there's more to what's coming up. And the next thing I got was another stack of books, and this one featured 2 things, and one was a 1-6 set of X-23 Target X by Yost, and signed by most likely Choi, or I don't know who, or Kyle. I don't know if it was who signed it, but most of them are signed except for the issue 1. These ones are okay. I'm not a huge Marvel fan, but hey, they're cool. The other 2 books that were in this stack were actually stuff that I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. It's totally amazing. And that's the first issue of Gotham City Sirens and the second issue of Gotham City Sirens. These are fantastic. But yeah, whoa. I'm like, this is stuff I really enjoy. So thank you, Lane, for those. And it's not done yet. I got something else. There were 2 Blu-rays. They were definitely Blu-rays. Didn't know which one was which. But I bid on the first one and I lost. Bad. Oh man, I got another copy of Batman Superman, the extended cut Dawn of Justice for Ultimate Edition I already have this. I don't need this. And of course the other Blu-ray was a copy of Joker, which I needed a copy of. So, wah, wah, wah. So yeah, I have an extra copy of this that I need to figure out what I want to do with. So we shall see what I do with that down the road. And then kind of, some more stuff was exchanged. Yes, I still have a couple, one more item that was part of the exchange. And so I bid on an original art piece. We didn't see who it was. We didn't know who it was. We were just bidding on it. And I got an Edward Benes original sketch for Mary Jane, basically in a Spider-Man bikini top thing. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Everyone was like, that's definitely a really solid thing. I'm like, yeah, I like Ed Benes. It's a Mary Jane. It's awesome. Well, Lane wasn't done yet. Lane overdoes himself, and if you didn't think he already overdid himself, he went above and beyond. Apparently, because it's such a funny joke, and the person that ended up getting the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition was basically kind of, I don't know if the word is punked or whatever. You got a consolation prize because you ended up with this. And so this is the consolation prize I ended up with. You ready? I got this suitcase. Yes, that's the Superman logo on this suitcase. Now, this suitcase contains some pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to open it up for you and let you see what's inside. Now, see if I can do this without dropping anything. So, inside on top are these little informational things. Yes, this is Superman Returns information right here. There's also a little placard thing, information thing. But inside, I'll turn it so you can see it, is a padded case with this stuff in it. Now, this stuff's pretty cool. One is basically kind of an art version style guide for Superman, which includes some cool art. A lot of it stems from Jim Lee and stuff like that. But it also comes with some DVDs. I'm really curious to see what's on these DVDs. But this is basically a style guide pamphlet for a company that was working on a product for DC, and Lane ended up getting it, and he gave it away. And so there's a entire binder, style guide. Yes, it has Blu-rays in this too, of like how to, basically merchandise and do products with Superman. Specifically in this case, the Superman Returns movie. So this was really cool. This was just like kind of one of those one of a kind, like, wow, this is super, super awesome thing. So I'm like really blown. So getting that Blu-ray now is not so bad. But the other thing in here that was a nice thing was that this little inspirational binder that had like one side was kind of like, in real life, how is Superman an inspiration? And the other side is like, he's inspirational in like, the comic books and like how we see him in he's legendary. So really, really awesome thing to get. Lane just completely outdid himself. So that was super, super cool. So I wanted to share that with you guys and let you see that. Yes, I did look this up on eBay, and none of them are on eBay. It's basically one of those things, from company to company, on how you need to basically handle our character. So that's pretty cool. I need to find a spot for this somewhere, but it's really, really awesome. So thank you, Lane. I know you don't watch this, but thank you. Lane, again, always does a great job. There should be a video of all of this stuff up. If I get a chance if it gets posted, I'll try and link it in the description below. But there was a couple of the cool things that were there. So if you get a chance and it ends up there and I get the link on, check it out. That's it for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Sorry if there's been a background noise of like hissing. The dishwasher's going in the kitchen, and over here the heater's blasting half of my face with like nuclear heat. So even though I'm look okay, like part of me is melting. So yeah. So again, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Maybe give me a hint on what I should do with this Blu-ray thing. My guess is either try and hawk it on eBay, or maybe I'll give it away here on my YouTube channel. So let me know in the comments below what you think I should do with it. What else is going on? You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 436, 37, one of those numbers. It'll be in the link. It'll be in the description below. So check down there for exactly what number. Sometimes I forget since I'm doing it a couple days late. But we talk December sales charts. I know, super late to be talking about December sales charts, considering last week we were talking about end of year charts and decade charts when we didn't even have December charts. Why? Well, I'll give you a hint. Marvel didn't have the top #1 book. So yeah, when the top book is Marvel, it's out within a week. Boom, done. Sales charts are out. If it's not, it's like delayed by like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So it's really ridiculous. People have called Diamond out on it, but we'll see. Their boxes are still shit. The new ones are shit. I'm going to keep saying they're shit until they fix them, because it wasn't broke. You broke it, so fix it. Anyway, you can listen to that episode. There'll be a link in the description below. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help with hosting fees, getting food sometimes, and of course, getting products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking on any of the Amazon links here or at conspiratorbrock.com and purchasing something. That gives me a little Amazon money to spend on Amazon. Or if you want to head over to my eBay page and see what I'm getting rid of there, that helps out more directly in that it helps me get food, which, I'm trying to get through the last week. So if there's anything, buy it. Help me out. Yay. So yeah. Yeah, sucks. Anyway, my handle is, you can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. You can, that's it. I'm tired. I will get this up for you guys. Again, sorry for the awkwardness of this one and the one before. With the new schedule going on, I'm just getting back into it and figuring out when I can do the video and get it up to you. So at latest, it should be up Thursday evening, Thursday night. So still the same week. And so as usual, I'll see you next time.